Does religious compatibility play a role in a couple's happiness? Is it okay to marry someone with a completely different religious view? How much role does faith play in marriage? If you are looking for a partner or you are already in a relationship, this conversation may help you make some adjustments in your choices or decisions. Remember to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our future episodes. It really, really means a lot to us.
We believe that when the family is healthy, the nation is healthy. Welcome to Mike and Christelle podcast, where family meets faith and fun. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where we share highlights, videos, and relationship tips regularly.
Everyone believes in something, and people's faith informs their decisions.
Yeah.
What you believe informs your choices. If you believe that God does not exist, then you will act accordingly.
Yeah.
If you believe that God exists, your faith will inform your decisions.
Yeah.
The stronger your faith is, the stronger it affects your decisions.
Yes.
For example,
If you don't believe in God, then you don't believe in the Bible. And if you don't believe in the Bible is not does not inform your morality. So you will be following what your parents told you or what your community believes to be wrong or right. So you don't believe any particular religious book, but you believe in what your community believes
how
in.
you were raised,
Yes, exactly. So you still have
the
some
people
beliefs.
you were around when you were a kid.
We all believe in something.
There's something you believe. It's not.
Yes.
It's not that you don't believe.
No.
In anything.
Even if you don't believe in God,
But you
you
believe
believe
in
in
something.
something, and whatever you believe in
And
affects.
sometimes you might not be aware that you do, though. You might
We
not be aware
all-
that you believe in
Yes.
something.
Yes, we all believe in something, and whatever we believe in affects what we do and affect our decisions. Even if you call yourself an atheist, the fact that you're an atheist is your belief, and you act according to that belief. It informs your decisions.
Yeah.
If you're a Christian, then your morality is informed by the Bible. If you are a Muslim, your choices are informed by the Quran, or we said Korohani. You know, Korohani. Yes. Korohani will be informing your decisions. So even among Christians, we have different views, the different approaches on the Bible.
Even among Muslims.
Even among Muslims,
Yeah.
they have different approaches. So that means those differences may affect somehow marriages, because when you come to marriage, you come with your beliefs, your faith, and that faith informs your priorities and your decisions. So now the question is, how much these differences affect our marriages or affect marriages, because it's not just having different religious, being a Christian or Muslim. No, we are talking even denominations. If you are an Anglican and your wife is a Presbyterian, or your husband is a Pentecostal and the wife is Baptist, all those differences, they affect marriages. But how much? Is it okay to marry someone with a different belief system, religious belief? Is it okay? So that's what we are discussing here.
Religious or spiritual incompatibility can be a cause of conflicts in relationships.
Yes,
Yeah.
it can.
What
Yeah,
do
because
you think?
because what you believe affects your decisions and your priorities. It's not simply because you have different religious belief, but because you prioritize things differently.
Oh, yeah.
Your faith affects your priorities.
Yeah, for example, you can be a Christian and you believe in giving tithe to the church.
Yes.
But your spouse might not, and that will affect your budget, like your
Exactly.
family budget.
Exactly.
But your wife does not, or your husband does not believe that you need to tithe to the church.
To the church.
That can be
That's already a cause
already
of conflicts
conflict,
because
yeah.
you don't believe in the same thing.
Yeah.
Or for example, time. You know, the way we prioritize our time is different.
Yeah.
For some Christians, Sunday is the day to go to church.
Yeah.
And they prioritize that. But if you are married or if you're in a relationship with a Christian who is, let's say, if you're in a relationship with a Seventh-day Adventist, they worship on Saturday, and that their Sabbath. So that's already a conflict.
Yeah.
Which day are you going to pick to be your day of rest,
Yeah.
of going to church? Are you going to go on Saturday? Are you going to go on Sunday?
Yeah.
That's already something big. Or let's assume that you are not even married to someone who believes in the Bible. So your husband does not believe in the Bible, does
Or
not
your
believe in
wife.
God, or your wife. But Sunday is a big deal to you. You go to church on Sunday, you pray, but they don't. For them, they would love to spend Sunday for family. They want to go to the beach. They want to take children to sports on Sunday. They
Or
want to
that's
visit.
the day they clean the house.
That's the day to clean the house. That's the day to go and visit family members. That is different priorities.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Is it okay? How do you navigate that? To have someone who does not believe in the Bible, they don't value
Yeah.
Sunday as you value it, to go to church. Your priorities change, or your priorities are different depending on your faith, depending on what you believe in.
Yeah.
Your faith informs your decision.
Yeah.
What do you do?
If you are not yet married, be aware of the conflicts you will face.
Yes.
Talk about all your spiritual differences ahead of time.
Yeah.
Don't
Before you-
assume that love will fix difference, because
No.
it won't.
No.
If you cannot find a common ground, then you may need to reconsider your relationship.
Yes, you need to.
Yeah.
This is something to discuss before you commit yourself.
Don't say, I'm going to change them.
No.
No, you won't.
No.
No.
Love, it's okay. It's okay to love someone and all these things we say, but you may be disappointed to think that you will change your spouse after you get married to them. It doesn't always move in your direction.
Yeah.
It doesn't always move in what you want.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to live with the person as they are today,
Then
don't commit yourself.
Don't marry them.
Don't commit yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to be ready to live with the person as they are now. The hope that you will change them it will damage you. You accept a person as they are,
Yeah.
or be
don't.
careful, or don't.
Yeah.
Because the thought that you will change them.
Yeah.
Many people have been disappointed. People don't change because you
never
think
worked.
they will.
It's never worked.
Because-
The idea that you would
There
change
may be
someone.
exceptions.
Maybe.
There may be
yeah.
exceptions, but it's
But
so
it's
spiritual differences
Yeah.
are not small issues. Spiritual differences are big issues in marriage. They affect everything you do.
Yeah.
Your spirituality affects who you are as a person. Yeah. And the way you perceive the world, your spirituality, your spiritual religious belief affects the way you perceive the world. So before you get married to someone, or before you commit yourself to someone, make sure you understand the spiritual belief, where they stand in different spiritual things before you commit yourself.
Sometimes people get married with the same belief,
Yes.
then one partner changes.
Yes.
If that's your case, that's your situation, here is a question for you.
Yes.
What do you value most? Your marriage or your faith?
Yes. That's a very important question. If you are already married, and most people find themselves in this situation, you were married where both of you were Christians, and then one of you changed, or both of you were not Christians,
And
then
one of you
became a Christian.
Yeah.
What do you do? The first question to ask yourself is, what matters to you most? Do you value your marriage more than your faith, or your faith more than your marriage? Whatever answer you get will determine what will be your next move.
Yeah.
In that situation. And we're not going to give you the answer. Just ask yourself, what do I value most, my marriage or my faith? And whatever answer you find will dictate the next move you will make. But
For Christians in this scenario,
yeah,
There is a piece of a brilliant advice in the Bible that says,
Yes.
in 1 Corinthians 7:12-13, it
Yeah.
says, "To the rest I say this, I, not the Lord, if any brother has a wife who is not a believer,
Yes.
and she is willing to live with him, he must not divorce her.
Yeah.
And if a woman has a husband who is not a believer, and he is willing to live with her,
Yes.
she must not divorce him."
Yes. The advice there is, if your non-Christian partner is willing to stay with you, you as a Christian don't leave,
Yeah.
don't divorce. So what does that mean? Being willing is the point there.
There's going to be
Yeah.
compromise.
Being willing means they are willing to compromise. They are willing to accept your faith.
Yeah.
They are willing to stay with you as you are. So if your spouse is willing to stay with you as you are, you don't need to divorce. You don't need to leave. Why? Because they love you as you are. They love your faith. They love you. And that's now the question.
Yeah.
Are they ready to compromise
Yeah.
and accept you for who you became or for who they became? Because it depends on who changed. Sometimes it's the Christian who changed. You became a Christian, or you were both Christians and one of you decided to leave Christianity. That's the problem here is the one who is not a Christian willing to stay with you
Yeah.
and to compromise. To willingness means compromise, accept you for who you are.
Willingness also means you might not force each other to.
No.
Don't force your non-Christian spouse into your faith, or they must not force you
Out of your face.
out of your faith.
You must not force your non-Christian spouse
So you're respecting each other
into your faith. You should not
yeah.
force them to become Christians. That's what Paul is saying. And they must not force you out of your faith. That's the willingness we are talking about. Both of you should respect. You must be willing to respect each other's spiritual views. There must be respect.
Yeah. If you agree to prioritize your marriage and respect your differences,
Yes.
your marriage will survive.
Yes.
If you prioritize your differences, your marriage will collapse.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends on what you want to prioritize. If you want to prioritize your differences, then your marriage will go away.
Yeah.
It will collapse.
Yeah.
But if you think your marriage is something you should work on and stay together despite the fact that you have different priorities, and you will find a way.
Yeah.
On finances, you'll find a way. The problem here is when people start to tell their spouses, you can't give to the church, or you can't go to church on Sunday, or you can't do this. Then they are not respecting your faith.
There's no willingness anymore.
There's no willingness there.
Yeah.
When you begin to dictate someone out of their faith to be with you,
Yeah.
then that's something. There's no respect for somebody's faith there.
Yeah.
You should not force someone out or in your faith to love, to be married to them. Then it's not love anymore. There's no
Yeah.
willingness. There is no respect there.
Yeah. Spiritual compatibility plays a big role in a couple's happiness.
Oh, big deal.
If you are not yet committed to each other, make sure you find someone who share your spiritual views.
Yes, it's
That's
important.
actually a big thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are not yet committed, it doesn't matter if you are a girl, it doesn't matter how smart, how funny the boy is, how whatever, tall, short, whatever. It doesn't matter how they look like or what they have or they don't have. If the boy does not share the same spiritual values with you, don't commit yourself. That's our advice.
Yeah.
And the same thing with boys.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how beautiful or whatever. It doesn't matter how smart you think the girl is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If the girl does not share the same spiritual values with you, be careful. Don't commit yourself. Why? You will not change them. And be ready to face all these challenges. How you are going to make your decisions. How are you going to prioritize your time,
Yeah.
your finances, and so many other things in marriage that you need to compromise to
Yeah.
make things work. But if you are already married, you are in marriage, and one of you is not a Christian, you know the challenges that we've shared, you know what you are going through already, and we pray that God will give you wisdom. We would say, if it's affecting your marriage negatively, if the differences are affecting you negatively, we suggest that you seek professional
advice.
Yes. Find a professional counselor or professional advice from someone you trust with experience who will sit with you. And as we said before, you should not force someone out of their faith or into your faith simply because you want your marriage to work. That is not willingness. That Paul was talking about in 1 Corinthians 7. You must be willing to be with the person as they are. Are you willing to live with the person for the rest of your life as they are, without expecting to change them in the future? And this is the question to ask yourself before you get married. Before you get married, am I willing to live with this person as they are? Hoping that you will change them after the wedding is crazy.
Definitely. That's crazy, because you can't marry someone on the basis of the fact that you'll be able to change them.
No.
I don't think it's a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Did you know that every time you share any of our content, one potential family gets healthier? Follow Mike and Christelle on Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe right now. It really means a lot to us. Thank you. Bye.